So Moist Critical had a bad take about uh, gender affirming care, um, in which he literally compared changing your body surgically for life was the same as a kid saying that they're going to play football and then quitting. Um,
Absurd.
you might say, how could anyone have said this? Well, here's the clip.
Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting.
As long as everyone's consenting. Yeah, parents have never made bad decisions for their child's health before. Like that's see,
would you say the same if it's like, do you think a child should be able to cut his arm off, get his arm surgically removed as long as his parents consented? What's the difference?
Yeah, my child identifies as a pirate. Is it okay if they remove one of his legs and replace it with a stick of wood and poke his eye out? Like,
yeah,
it's literally that. You're 100% right. And the other weird thing is that, like, first of all, I want to also say this is an L for Sneako too. Like, people are like,
yeah,
are you
he's got a lot of L takes. Like, we know this.
Yeah, this is known. Like, Sneako's saying, well, if you're 25, you should be able to marry a 15-year-old. No, gross.
That's disgusting.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not okay. I don't agree with Sneako about that. But he goes on to then to say,
okay, so as long as everyone,
if your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it, I think that's totally a familial decision to make. Yeah.
Okay, so a child can cut their penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married.
Oh, that's a decision that now.
That's actually a fair point, but it's not a hill I want to die on.
Right.
I want to die on.
That's the thing is those, because here's where we're at. No, they shouldn't do either. So if somebody is on one side or the other, then it's like, okay, that's a little inconsistent. But we're on, hey, both are wrong.
Yeah, both are wrong.
Logical answer here.
You know, I think it's very weird to be like trying to simp for child brides. And also, if you're Sneako and you're saying, hey, a kid having gender reassignment surgery is bad, but marrying them is okay, that's also bad.
Exactly.
Like,
they're both hypocrites in this situation.
25 and 15 marrying is not that unusual. Yes, it is. In America.
It is.
Yeah. Now, you go to Muslim countries, you're right. You go to the Middle East, 50 and 9 is not uncommon. I don't think that's okay.
You could take hormone blockers. You could take puberty blockers, okay, when you're a child. When you're 16, you can go change your gender, but you can't get married? Why is that?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty obvious question.
No, it's not.
No, wait, this isn't the clip I was looking for. The clip I was looking for was where he says it's the same thing as a kid playing sports.
Yeah.
You'll just have to take my word for it, I guess. Here it is. Here's Aiden Ross reacting to the clip, but it doesn't matter.
Hormone therapy, can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone.
Oh, that's not the clip either. Oh, well. At one point, he basically says it's no different than quitting football.
Moist Critical's in a position right now because with Twitch, he's relying on Twitch. And if on Twitch, you have to have these views or you will get suspended look at Nick Merckx just recently, even he's not even too big to be suspended by Twitch. And goodness, I keep getting suspended over there. It's a miracle I'm still there now. But yeah, so here, Twitch is, to my knowledge, Moist Critical's bread and butter. So
I think so too.
He's got to be really careful with what he says, which is ridiculous because here's the thing. I think that, I can see why he does it, but I still think it's cowardly because if enough people were standing up and speaking common sense on this kind of stuff, then what, is Twitch going to ban everybody? They can't ban everybody. They need these creators. And Twitch is suffering as it is to make money, but
oh, yeah. By the way, here's an article. Twitch is reportedly at risk of becoming a zombie brand as Amazon as it still struggles for profitability.
That's the thing is they've never been able to pull a profit. And when I try to say stuff like, "Hey, they need to take these prostitutes off their platform, take the e-girls off, like anyone with an OF should not be on that platform." Then it's just like, "Oh, but that's what's making them money. That's because that's
It
what
isn't
they've
though.
that's what they facilitated. If they
Yeah.
said, "Hey, we are a gaming platform and that's that. If you want to have some IRL stuff, whatever, but no, I mean, this is a site for 13 plus. We're not going to have any content that's pornographic on here whatsoever. And anybody who is marketing and selling pornography cannot be creating content for children, just like they shouldn't be teachers and things like
Right.
that." If they set that kind of standard and okay, let's focus on being a gaming platform, I think that would be good for it. But
I
yeah.
think that it's wild. I mean, I agree with you 100%, and I also think it's pretty hilarious when you see, oh, Twitch isn't making money. Isn't it possible, Melanie, that a bunch of parents have said, "Hey, no." It's like when people leave your company, if you're a business or whatever, it doesn't matter if you sell coffee or video game streams. Very few of them actually tell you when they leave. They just
Right.
leave. They don't make a big stink about it.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I bet you a lot of parents have said, "No, my kid's not watching Twitch. Last time I walked by, there's some girl with, wearing nothing, dancing around, doing this and that. Caught my
Yep.
kid, jerking it on to Twitch, all this kind of stuff." And parents have just said, "Well, this is now on the block list." Also, a lot of their top creators, which were their most profitable, what do? They all take the bag. They
Yep.
all leave. Nick Merckx left.
They do.
Aiden Ross left. All these, big creators that they might have, 50,000 paid subs that Twitch is making 25 grand of every month, plus all the ad revenue. They go
Yeah.
and leave. So they
Yep.
lose their biggest whales who are providing them the most money. And now you end up in a situation where like literally Twitch is not making money, which is bonkers to
Yeah.
me, that they're not making money. Now, by the way, if you've looked, I peeked in a couple times on Moist Critical's live chat since
Mhm.
this. And it is mostly people calling him the P word, and
Oh.
he's getting a lot of backlash. Now, people say, "Well, why do you care?" Well, this guy has 12 million subscribers, and he just told them it's, chopping off part of your body is exactly the same as, quitting football. And
Right.
so now he's trying to backtrack, and it's even worse.
Oh.
And now I give a perspective on something that immediately gets misconstrued. And I do recognize
By the way, it wasn't misconstrued.
Oh, it immediately gets misconstrued. How?
Yeah, he literally said it was okay.
Yeah.
He literally said it was okay. He tries to say he didn't understand the question. Child, please, you understood the question. Everybody knows what you mean when you're talking about kids having gender affirming care. Everybody knows what that means, especially online. Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
some grandma who's not terminally online like all of us doesn't know, but this guy knows.
a lot of it's my fault. I assumed that Sneeko was talking in hyperbole about
No,
a
he didn't.
9-year-old getting their dick cut off because I didn't have the assumption that anyone thought that is how transitioning works. There is, under no circumstances, any legality behind a kid saying, "I want to change genders," and then immediately going in and getting their dick cut off.
Bullshit happens all the time. Has
Mhm.
this guy ever seen Jazz Jennings or whatever their name is?
Exactly.
I mean, what are you talking about? Like, he tries to gaslight too and say, like, well, gender reassignment surgery for minors is illegal. No, it's not.
That's a leftist strategy. They say
Yeah.
that they were a couple years ago or so when I was speaking out against this stuff more. That kept being like, "Oh, but this isn't happening. Wait, but they're not performing surgeries on
Yeah, they
minors."
tried to
And
say
I
that,
could
yeah.
go on a clinic's website and show where they said they will perform a surgery on a minor as long as the parents consented. So they want to
Hundreds and
pretend.
hundreds of double mastectomies to people under 18.
Yep, it's always the gaslighting with them.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. I thought he was just talking in hyperbole.
That doesn't happen. Again, it absolutely happens.
Yep.
Obviously, no one says that's good. That's not at all what I was saying.
Yes, it was.
I thought he was talking about the overall point of a child transitioning, which is years-long process.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
No, they put them on puberty blockers.
You can get on puberty blockers
That's
in a
also
week.
not reversible, even though they
Right.
wanted to pretend like and tell everybody that they were reversible. They weren't.
Right. You can get on puberty blockers in a week. There are
Yep.
trans people on the internet who got famous mailing them to people for free.
Yep.
And you can't even get that surgery legally until you are 18.
That's a lie.
Yep.
Like we know that
That
that's
is a lie. We've seen.
Yeah.
We've seen. I mean, it's on TV with Jazz Jennings.
Yeah. This is the thing about Moist Critical, and I don't, obviously have anything like I don't have anything against him personally, but he waits for the dust to settle always. This is his MO.
Yeah.
He waits for the dust to settle, figures out which side is the one that won, and then he covers this topic.
Yeah.
That's what he always does. So that's why he's popular, is that he waits. Like, oh my God, Melanie, what a brave hero. He said that Logan Paul scamming his viewers with cryptocurrency is bad. What a bold statement. I mean, what kind of man? I mean, what a true absolute Chad standing on the principle of not ripping off your viewers. This
Yeah.
guy has never stood on diddly dick, and now he's backtracking on